Hi, everybody. My name is Moshe. If you don't know me, I run Sharper Statements. And in this vlog, I'm going to try to give everybody some advice on how to deal with exam anxiety and get rid of it because I don't know about you, but I hate exam anxiety. I know hate is a really strong word, but it's just really not fun. So there are two main ways that I try to deal with it, and a third way that I have found is also pretty helpful. Okay? So the first thing to do is before the exam, maybe 10, 15 minutes before, maybe even the night before, okay, take some time and just sit there. Close your eyes maybe even if you want to, and think positive thoughts. Just talk to yourself. I'm going to ace the exam. I know my stuff. I'm going to finish with extra time. I'm going to be a speed racer. Everything's going to go right. I'm not going to choke. Basically, just think of any positive thing that you can possibly say to yourself and say it. And why is this? Why are these positive affirmations, why are they so helpful? Because I know when I do it, sometimes I just think, okay, this is really weird. I'm talking to myself. What's the point? But the way the brain works is that what we feel is actually often, and almost always actually, a direct result of what and how we think. Okay, so if we're thinking to ourselves, it's not going to work out well, I'm not going to pass, or I'm going to get a bad score, then what's going to happen is you're going to start feeling that way too, and you're going to start feeling nervous. But if you say to yourself, I'm going to ace the LSAT, I'm going to get a 180, or I'm going to get a 175. People who are underachievers. I'm kidding. But basically saying things that are going to make your brain feel in a positive way. Because if you're thinking positively, right, you're going to feel positively too. And if you're feeling positively, you're less likely to be nervous. You're less likely to be inside your own head. And maybe if for some reason something goes wrong for a second, you're going to be like, take a breath, and you'll be able to refocus yourself right away and get back to acing that test. Because you've been telling yourself that you're going to do really well, you're going to finish with extra time, everything's going to go right, etc., 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 etc. This is something that I did before taking the LSAT, before taking the MPRE, the bar exam, all my law school exams. It still feels weird. I even do it once in a while before a date, and it really helps, okay? So even if it feels weird when you first do it, still give it a try, still practice it, okay? Now the second thing that's very important too is how you kind of start the exam. I know a lot of people do this. When the bell rings, when they say, start, you jump, you dive right in, because you need every single second, right? What I, started doing is I would take 5 to 10 seconds at the start of a section, just pause, just take a breath, maybe even close my eyes, just be like 2 breaths. I can't take 2 breaths now. I just feel weird pausing in front of the camera for so long. But the idea is that you want to make sure that your nervous system and your adrenaline levels stay low. Because if you jump right in and you get into that fight or flight mode, right, then your body might get overwhelmed and start, just rushing. And when you're rushing and you're in fight or flight mode, you're not thinking logically. You're not going to be, reasoned. You're going to be kind of just trying to finish things based upon intuition and whatnot. And you don't want to be doing the entire LSAT from intuition. Maybe the last minute or so, if you're just trying to get off the last 2 or 3 questions, fight or flight mode activates and you kind of just, get through it with your intuition. But you don't want to do that at the beginning of a section. I would always do it usually I would do it before the first section. Sometimes I would do it before other sections too. It really depends on each person. For me, once I finished the first section, I was usually kind of in test mode. Maybe after a break, I would do it again. But for each person, if you need to do it before every section, take 5-10 seconds. Those 5-10 seconds, by getting yourself focused, that's more important than the 5-10 seconds of extra test time. Okay, so those are 2 things. Again, the first one, positive affirmations before a test. Like before, a few minutes before the test, maybe even during the test, positive affirmations. Second thing, again, was taking a moment to just calm yourself down and relax when you're starting a new section. Now, the last thing is more about food, eating and drinking. So if you're anything like me, this is probably exciting because I love to eat, right? It's a good meal, a good drink, even though in this case, the best drink is usually water, but it's still nice, right? So what I would do before any exam, okay, I would have like a couple of hard-boiled eggs. I know I'm weird like that. I'd also have a chocolate chip granola bar, right? The eggs were for the protein, how my brain get going, wake it up. And the granola bar would be for the carbohydrates to kind of get some energy. If you're doing keto, you probably just need fat. So eggs have fat in them too. But if you're not doing keto, right? If you're having carbs on a normal day, and you want to get the protein, you want to get that protein, those carbs into your system for the focus and for the energy. And the reason why I would have eggs and granola bars, I also have a Focus Vitamin Water. That was weird, but like I fell into like the whole fad that, you know, Focus Vitamin Water would help me focus better. But I think really the most important thing in terms of liquids is to have water. Before I get back to the eggs and granola bar thing, I just want to say, I don't recall exactly where I heard this, but years ago I read somewhere that for every 1% of dehydration, for every 1% you are dehydrated, that leads to a 10% drop in cognitive function. So you want to stay hydrated. You know, find the right balance. You don't have to pee every second, because if you have to go to the bathroom every second during the test, not ideal either. But you want to be hydrated because you want the brain to be in tip-top shape. Now, the reason why I would, so for me, those eggs and the granola bars, I would have it before any major exam, right? It became my ritual. My brain and my body started to associate granola bar and hard-boiled eggs with focus, with success, right? Because it just became my habit, it became my thing. I'd have some granola bars and extra eggs with me during the test if I was able to eat. You know, it's not every test you can eat. In law school, some tests you can eat during the exam, but I'd have stuff there to keep myself going. Same thing with the bar exam, all my big exams, right? During the LSAT, I'd have a granola bar during the break. But the point here being is that you want to get into a habit. When you take practice tests, when you take a real exam, get into a habit of having the same meal. So your body associates focus, it associates success, it associates good positive feelings. And again, the big idea to avoid anxiety and to avoid getting too hyped up is to have your body and your brain be used to certain things, be used to positive affirmations, be used to pausing for a moment before a section to kind of relax, be used to eating certain things. Associate all these things with positive thoughts and good feelings, okay? So try these 3 things. All right, I hope it works for you. And if it does, let me know. But anyways, that's it for this vlog. If there are other topics that you want me to maybe touch on or speak about, let me know. If you didn't like this video, don't let me know, because my feelings might get hurt. I'm a sensitive guy. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and good luck to everybody taking the LSAT, the October LSAT, in about a week or so. All right, take care, everybody, and have an awesome night, or if it's day or if it's afternoon, I hope you know, then that. All right, anyways, take care. Bye.